quick introduction. I'm Jen, and this topic I want to share with you is what it means to be technical and diverse. So a few things for this agenda, like I will first start with sharing my journey and also what is the consultant role and diversity in the technical team, and some photos about the graduate program at VMware. So I guess for my journey, I just want to share what I did before VMware and also what is my current role. So currently, I am the graduate program lead. So I run the graduate program in professional services across Asia Pacific and Japan. So my journey pretty much went back to 2011. So I came to Australia when I was year 11. Finished my high school and went to Sydney Uni to study a Bachelor of Computer Science and Technology degree. So after I graduated from university, I didn't go straight into a graduate program. So I spent 1 year just preparing for my permanent residency, my immigration. So during that time, I did a lot of part-time jobs in software engineering or kind of development role. And it's towards the end of 2017, I started to apply for graduate program, and I joined VMware as an associate consultant in March 2018. So you will see in this slide, I've been changing my roles a few times. So from associate consultant to associate project manager, and now in this graduate program kind of role. So the reasons behind all these of my changes were because I really wanted to find what I enjoy doing. And I also want to find an area I can build my expertise. So I think just a few kind of advice to the students here. The first thing is to be uncomfortable when you feel comfortable. So sometimes you get to a really comfortable space after developing your skills in a few months or even a few years. And then this is where I would advise everyone to go the extra mile to challenge yourself, either take on additional responsibility or find something challenging. So that's when you step outside of your comfort zone and then build yourself further. And then the second thing is to become the expertise or the expert in your focus area. So I think I will also touch base on that point in the later part of my presentation. But basically in the technical world, there are different kind of areas to focus on. So something like you are a software developer, but there are different areas in the software world. You either become a web engineer, or you become application engineer, or you do a mobile, different things like that. So you pick an area. Even in VMware, there are different things like networking or cloud automation. So you pick that area and become the expert, and that's when you become irreplaceable or you find your unique value in the organization. So that's what some of my advice I will provide to you and share with you. So the next thing I want to talk about is what is a consultant? So you might have heard about this word consultant a few times when you were studying in university. So a consultant is a really generic term, and it means a lot of different things. So in software vendor like us, consultant means you become the expert in our software. So for example, in VMware, we have network virtualization software or cloud automation software. So you become the expert in using those software and also be able to leverage your skills to do either sound integration, customization, or even other advanced features. So you need to be the technical expert, and in your role is very technical. So sometimes you think about consultant as like in the movie, you just sit there and you kind of consult people. But in the actual world, you need to be very technical in companies like a software vendor. And I also have friends who work in the Big Four, like Deloitte or KPMG. So in their consultancy world, they need to be the expert of other people's software. So like SAP or Salesforce. So they do that kind of system integration for other companies. And then you also need to be technical. So it's just different type of technical expertise you need to be, but it's not a generic role. You just sit there and then you just talk to people. You need to have the skill in the first place to be able to do the consultant role. So some other consultant companies I have friends work with, like they do software development and other things that you normally wouldn't imagine a consultant will do. So my advice is before you go and apply for a role, or you just see a consultant role in the job advertisement, to find out what that company does first. And that will help you determine if you really are interested in going to that area. And then you go to the interview and then you find out more about what that role actually does. So that will be some of my sharing on the consultant part. And then there is this whole what it means to be technical and diverse topic I want to discuss. So like I said earlier, there are different kind of diversity in a technical team. And the first thing is your expertise. So in the technical world, like I said before, you need to choose your area of focus because there are so many things you can do and there are so many things you need to learn. So choose one area and go really deep. It will be one of the diversity in the technical team. So in a team, everyone is specialized in different areas. And then when you work together, that's when you can deliver a really successful project. And then there's that other part is a generation diversity. So I think in the software world, it will be some people will really be good at this type of software or this kind of programming language. But as a student graduating from university, you have this kind of different skill set in the technology that you are good at. And it is when the different generations in the entire team kind of work together. And again, that's where you can deliver a kind of successful project. And then in the end, you have this gender diversity, which is very obvious to everyone. Different gender in the team. Unfortunately, in the technical world, female is definitely kind of the minority in the team. But there are some advantages and some benefits to be a diverse team. So you have different ideas generated from different groups of people. So I put gender here, but there also that kind of cultural diversity and the thought diversity that will be a really good part in the technical team that generates good outcomes in different projects. So I just want to finish by sharing some of the photos in our graduate program. So in our graduate program, so I joined the company in 2018, and this is my kind of cohort in the on the top left corner. So we went to do a service learning, which is like a volunteering activity at Centennial Park. So it's a really fun activity that VMware kind of sponsored employees to do. So every year you have 40 hours of the service learning hour, and during the work time, you can actually do these kind of activities to give back to community. So this is one of the things I really enjoy working at VMware and also in the graduate program. And on the bottom left corner, you see this the V Forum. So this is the annual kind of company conference that we host. And I think in 2018, we hosted at Luna Park. So it was a really fun event that we get to participate. And that's another thing I really enjoy about VMware. So you get to go to see those different things. And you also get to work with teams that you usually just wouldn't be able to work with before. So on this, the middle part is our graduate cohort this year in Singapore. So as you kind of know, in this COVID situation, everyone is working from home, but we are trying to find different ways to engage the new graduates, and then we want to make this journey as fun as possible in this like remote working experience. And on the bottom right corner, so I think some of you might have know already, I graduated from Sydney University, and as part of my graduate program, I went back to Sydney Uni to kind of give back to my community. So I hosted a tech talk, and I also invited some of my peers in my graduate program to share their experiences and also promote VMware graduate program in the computer science society. So this is another fun thing you get to do as a graduate at VMware. You get to organize different events, and you get a lot of different opportunities to give back to university and different opportunities. Sorry, that was just someone calling me. Okay. So the last slide I have here is just some photos of us going to Las Vegas last year. So the sales kickoff is an annual conference within VMware. So all of the professional services and sales organizations go into the central location to kind of celebrate and then learn things together for 1 week. So last year we got to go to Las Vegas, and this is one of the biggest kind of conference I've ever attended, and it's mind blown. So in this photo here, sorry. So in this photo here, you'll be able to see me with some of my peers, and then the person here in the middle is Pat Gelsinger, our CEO. So we got to see a lot of people we've never met before, like from America, and that includes our CEO. And you'll be able to see on this right-hand side. So our company actually invited James Corden to actually talk to us. And then we got to stay in this like beautiful hotel with this scenery view, and then get to meet others from different kind of regions across Asia Pacific and Japan, and even some of people from America and Europe. So this is one of the benefits I really enjoy, like working at VMware.